Welcome to Ashferic TV Political Update. My name is Clinton of Rome. Today we'll be looking at a post-US election analysis. We'll be looking at the opinion, views, and reactions after the just concluded US presidential election. With me in the studio is Mr. Pascal Akakim, who is an Imo-born US resident. And we will be looking at, we'll be getting his opinion on what transpired in the US. But before we get his thoughts on the election, we'll go on a quick break. When we return back, I shall get him online to speak to us.
Do not forget to follow us on all our social media platforms and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Turn on the notification button to get notified on our videos. Thank you.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Here we're in the studio. We have Mr. Pascal Akakim. Like I said earlier, he's a medical doctor based in the US. Welcome, Mr. Pascal.
Yeah, thank you, but point of information, I'm not a medical doctor. I'm not a medical doctor, but I work in the medical field, but I'm not a medical doctor. I'm just trying to correct that.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for the correction, sir. Moving ahead, I want to get your thought. Why do you think Donald Trump, the incumbent president, lost the election? What transpired?
Well, a lot of things transpired, but I wouldn't say that Donald Trump didn't try it as a person in his regime, but a lot of things transpired. And in US, it's not where you come and do anyhow. They have an institution, and you have to respect that institution. And most of them, Donald Trump did not respect. Throughout his regime, he never acted as a president. He wasn't presidential in the way he do things. He's so arrogant. He talks to people anyhow. And his racist attitude is another thing. So a lot of things cost him the election, but I wouldn't say he didn't try. At least on the job issues, he broke some record of almost 59 years. He tried on the area of jobs, but a job is not enough to win you an election or win you re-election in the United States.
Okay. All right. Looking at his counterpart, the president-elect, Joe Biden, aside from being in politics for almost all his life, from the record we have here, he has been a senator for four term and two-term vice president. He actually ran for presidential election 2 times and lost before clinching the seat finally. Aside from being in politics for years, what do you think Joe Biden did that gave him the nod?
Yeah, Joe Biden has a very good record, and he's somebody who respects people, and I like him for that. And even outside that, he has been on the side of the minority, even right from the time he has been in Senate.
Okay.
Not just the minorities in US, even in South Africa, he confronted United States government about the apartheid in South Africa. So
Okay.
he has done a lot, and he's a gentleman, and he respects people, and he has a very good family too. So even though he has run before and lost, it happens to so many people. But I know even Joe Biden didn't even want to run. The Democrats just brought out Joe Biden because of Donald Trump, because they knew that he is the only person that can beat Donald Trump. Like if you check during the primaries, the person who was leading was Bernie Sanders before others started stepping down for him. That was how
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. There are reactions, and people are of the opinion that Donald Trump could get favor from Supreme Court because he has already made a statement that is going to challenge the outcome of the result at Supreme Court. Is that a true state of things over there?
Well, it's very difficult, but I'm not ruling out the possibility. It's very, very difficult because even uh, before they announced the last 4 states that gave Joe Biden the ticket,
Okay.
Donald Trump went to court and his suit was dismissed.
Okay.
The only problem Donald Trump had is that because he didn't understand, he came outside politics from business. This thing he didn't understand the
The intrigue in politics.
U.S. system very well, not just politics, U.S. system very well, because America is
Okay.
not where you come and do anything. They respect their institution above every individual. So,
Okay.
but I'm not ruling out the possibilities, but I doubt if if Joe Biden's ticket is going to be revised. And I know comfortably Joe Biden won that election. There is nothing like fraud. I was involved in the election. There's nothing like fraud in that election. Everything was cleared. The only problem is that the mail-in ballot they used this time, they have not used it before. And the
Okay.
reason why they use that mail-in ballot is because of this COVID. And even when you go to certain stores now, things that can take you 10 minutes to do, you may end up 30 minutes to do it because of the social distances, because they observe it and they knew that if not for the mail-in ballot, so many people are going to be defranchised. And even the mail-in
Mhm.
ballot, they don't force you to do it. They send you the ticket. It is
Okay.
optional for you to vote or not. It was sent to me, but I wanted to go in person and vote. So it was
Okay.
not compelled on anybody to vote by mail-in. It is just optional. They send it to you. And another thing is people who are handicapped, they can just stay from their home and the mail their vote. And the mail vote was not, and they said it was not open until the day election. That was why the election took time. If not, the result would have come out the same day. But because of that mailing, that was why it took time before the result was out.
Okay. Okay. Thank you for that. There is this belief that African Americans are not comfortable with some of the policies Donald Trump brought in. And how do you rate their participation in the election? And what do you think that opted them to that made them anyway to go for Joe Biden? Because the analysis and the research we have here, a lot of African Americans voted for Joe Biden. What was the reason?
No, it's not just question of Trump or Joe Biden. African Americans has always been voted on the side of Democrats, not just African Americans.
Why? Why is it like that?
Well, I don't know what transpired to that, but I'm just trying to give you the history, even right from the time of Bush. If you check the voting percentage, you see that Democrats has been on the gain from African Americans. During Mitt
Okay.
Romney and Obama, I think it was 94 against 6. African Americans that voted for Romney was 6%, while Obama was 96. And even Trump, in his first tenure, he didn't have up to the vote he had this time, because I think he has almost 12% this time, unlike before. But like most immigrants, most immigrants, things about paper matters for them a lot, and they believe that they achieve it through democratic period. But most times it's not always like that. So it's just because of immigration that people vote Democrats more than Republicans, because Democrats are liberal while Republicans are conservative. So it's not just a question of Trump, but the issue is that Trump did not help himself.
Okay.
He didn't help himself because of the way he talks. I'm not saying that he likes African Americans, even though he may say it by mouth, but that is not what he has in. He may say it in mouth, that is not what he has in his mind. Like even Romney embraced African Americans even more than Trump, but that did not save him. And the freedom African Americans had here in America came through a Republicans came through a Republican president.
Okay.
But over time, the thing changed. But I have not really gone into research to see why the thing changed.
Okay. One more last question before we go. You have been in US for a period of time now, for some years, and you have participated in the election, and you're well acquainted with the policies that's been enacted for some tenures, both Democrats and Republicans. Is there any possibility for Joe Biden to upturn some of the policies Donald Trump brought in?
Yeah, they have what
like issue of immigration. Hold on, like issue of immigration. A lot of people are complaining that it's very difficult to process and get their papers, courtesy of the new policies Donald Trump brought in. So, is there any possibility of Joe Biden trying to overturn those policies?
Yeah, it's very possible, but he still has to go through the Senate, because even though there is executive order or executive flight, but if you just do it as if you are in a military regime, the Senate will frustrate you. And here, their Senate is very powerful, and they protect their country very jealously. Not just like in Nigeria, where you can just behave like Buhari and get out of it. They campaign on party basis, but once they get the ticket, they behave like Americans, and they want to protect their country, and that is why things are working here. Like most things you can, even as an immigrant, most things you can get in America, you cannot even get it in your country, because they want somebody who will continue to project that where excellency rules, where merit rules. Not that you get this thing because you are the son of this person, or you get that you are the brother of this person, or you are connected to this person, or you have a command employment from somewhere. It doesn't have to go like that. Whatever you get here, you must work for it, and that is what America protects.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Pascal Akake. Most sincerely.
Let me cut you. Let me just cut you in some. Like most of the things that affected Trump, Trump behaves more of like Rochas Okorocha, because most of the things he did, no president has done it before. Like if you look at his cabinet, he employed most of his family members just like what Rochas Okorocha was doing in Imo State, or like what Buhari is doing in Nigeria, just using his tribe people to flood everywhere. And that is exactly what Donald Trump was doing. And if not that American institution is strong, in fact, Donald Trump would have gone into the system of a kind of fascist government in America, but he was not given chance to do that. And you cannot toy with their Senate or their House of Reps. You cannot try it. You remember the last time he was impeached in the House of Reps was just because, the Senate was able to turn it. So they have to put you in check, whatever you're doing. So there are executive flights, but even when you do that, people can still go to court. Like what he did in immigration, people went to court and the court ruled in favor of those people. If not, Donald Trump would have sent so many people home.
Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Pascal Akakim. It's a wonderful opportunity you're giving us to get information and insight in post-US election politics. We are glad to have you on Asheric TV. Hope subsequent time you're able to afford us the opportunity to speak with you. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
All right. You just heard from Mr. Pascal Akakim, a resident in US, who gave us insight on reactions and the two state of things in USA after they just concluded presidential election. This is Asheric TV, and I remain your host, Clinton of Rome. Saying goodbye. We'll see next time or same time tomorrow.
Do not forget to follow us on all our social media platforms and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Turn on the notification button to get notified on our videos. Thank you.